guys, welcome back to another FPL stream. It is live. Can you actually believe it? It is live. We've been leading up to this now for a few days on this channel. We knew it was coming. Great times. So I'm really excited. Hope you guys are too. I did okay, I think, with getting on the refresh pretty quickly. Like I was well on it. So I got myself 649 in ID. Not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. And yeah, I'm pretty stoked for the new season. I've been doing a bit of content already on the channel, and it's been good. If you guys have been around, it's been good. You will have seen it. So let's get into having a little chat about the game opening. Hope you have had a little tinker already. Hope you've all got signed up ready. And it was my auto fill team, I guess. So it stuck me with Martinez. You know what? That's not terrible based on what we know from last season as the top goal scorer. Goalkeeper in points. So we can't moan at that, really, can we? Watford at first, although I'm not sure I really actually end up having him in my team. Then it gave me Stones, Creswell, Rudiger, Laporte, Zaha, Maddison, Sigurdsson, Bernardo, Cavani as my captain, and Lacazette with Lloris, Azpilicueta, James and Firmino on the bench. Yeah, what can you say? Like, it's an autofill team. You can't really look at that and go, yeah, you chose that team. But you know what? It's been great. It's been a lot of fun this lead up. You will have seen I've done some prediction videos, done the price reveal videos. So thought we'd just crack on and get a little look into the game. Maybe I'd have a little tinker with this team. Of course, I will do a first draft video in the next few days for you guys, so don't worry about that. But just thought we'd have a little nose. If you're interested in my league code, it is somewhere down the bottom of the screen. So make sure you get on that. But yeah, my initial reaction was to go with, based on fixtures, I would get Sanchez in my team because I'm loving the look of Brighton's fixtures. And Sanchez did pretty well last season. Brighton. Loving the new kits on the game as well. Just saying. So we'd get Sanchez in. Loving possibly Alisson as a potential option with Liverpool's options. Don't know what you guys think on that, but otherwise probably fixture analysis. Everton, maybe we could look at Schmeichel. Let's have a look at the defense difficulty. Brighton, Liverpool, Everton, Watford, according to Fantasy Football Fix. But I know not very much about Watford's defence, so I'm not sure I'd want to kind of stick all my kind of eggs in one basket with that as a second goalkeeper. But as a cheap second goalkeeper, at least if it does go belly up, then there's easy transfers to somebody around 4.5 in price. The problem is, though, yeah, you probably like don't want to go in on it and then lose money on them. So that's the only like real negative with going like quicker basically on some of these teams. But Everton, maybe I had my fair share of goalkeeping problems with Everton towards the end of last season. So not really sure. Hi, good afternoon, Kev. Hi, Integrity. Hey, Sam. Thanks for all of your help the last 3 days, really, with with guessing these price reveals and this game opening. We've been having a good old yagger together. It's been a lot of fun. So yeah, let's look. Who could we go for as a second goalkeeper off the bat? Hey Tom, Lamperty and Sanchez for me, definitely on Brighton doublet. Wow, that's an early shout. Of course, like this is just like initial reactions. This is not going to be like what my team would be. Like we've got the Euros to get finished. We've got loads of summer transfer signings to come yet with loads of new prices for those. So of course, this is literally just a case of, you know, like first reactions, like full on initial reactions. Like going in on the reaction front. So I do like Alisson's potential option, but 6 million is quite a lot. I think I'd probably like prefer to use that extra funds in say Trent. But yeah, I mean Gaeta, we were looking at that as a potential with defense as kind of a mixed match with Brighton. Hey Christopher, how you doing? Tuning in from Kenya. Wow, welcome international over here. We also looked at Brentford possibly as a potential. But yeah, I think maybe we just stick the Watford goalkeeper in for now as like a potential kind of rotation option, but just because really cheap, I'm assuming it's going to be Batchman. Hey Hamish, three premiums or two? Yeah, that's going to be the question, isn't it? So let's just, I'm not adverse to Chelsea defence, but I don't love their fixtures initially. What I am loving this season, though, is that the defence and the goalkeeper seem to be a bit cheaper, which I think is quite, you know, which is quite good because in the past we've like had to spend quite a lot on getting them, and it's been like tough, really. But yeah, not loving Rudiger's fixtures. Who else have we got? So yeah, as as Tom was saying, double up on Brighton defence. Lamptey is a great price, isn't he? He could be a good kind of, I guess, probably possibly bench. You know, with 4.5, you could have him on the bench and then in the good fixtures, maybe put him in after that. Who else are we looking at in defence? Everton. Probably, see, I'd probably sacrifice Rudiger in that situation and try and look to invest my funds in Digne after last season. It will all depend on the Euros, obviously, and how far into the competition he goes with the Euros. But I think if he does go far, then because at 5.5 he's cheaper than he was last season, surely. Yeah, the Fofana thing is gonna be tough to decide on that one. But I like it. I like the shout. In fact, while we're here, let's get Calvert-Lewin in because I like Everton's opening fixtures. And then, as we know from the attack, that Leicester weren't too bad. I think they were quite good. Decentish fixtures for the first three: Wolves, West Ham, Norwich, which I quite liked. So quite like the look. Let's go to Leicester next. Quite like the look of getting Fofana in, and then also I like me a bit of Nacho man. Varney could potentially be a shout. Yeah, when you consider. But who else would we stick in this defense with what we know so far? Anybody got any shouts? I think looking at the defense difficulty, we need somebody fairly cheap. Aston Villa, I think a lot of their prices went up, didn't they? In fact, let's have a look at the defenders in the 4.5 category. So you've got Cody holding white, yeah, but you know, triple that would be Luton, maybe Burnley. Burnley is one of those teams that, like, if Pope is fit and playing, that he could, you know, he could go big, or he could just you know, just literally shy away and whittle away to nothing, basically. So Burnley defense could go either way. Hey Nuclear, hope you're well, buddy. Regular Ailing. Now he's been great in the Euros. That is not a bad shout at 4.5 because of the attacking threat as well. So yeah, or you could go with the double up on Everton, but then if you did want to go to the middle of the park, you could. Mitchell, great shout, Sam. Crystal Palace's fixtures, what are they like? Chelsea, Brentford, West Ham, Tottenham, Liverpool. It's not great. I guess you'd be getting him more for that, like, potential attacking threat, I guess. But I'll just stick Ailing in for the minute, just based on his kind of Euro form. And then let's move on to the midfield. Of course, we want to. It's going to be a tough one, this one. The moment we'll probably want to check. I don't know. Do we put Salah in? There is obviously could be at the Olympics, so there is potential that he could miss the start of the season. People are saying though that he won't play during that because basically they tend to put out like a younger team for the Olympics, so I'm not really sure. But I think we'll have to find out a bit nearer the time. But of course we have to put him in, don't we, at the moment? And I think even with knowing that, you'll either want to, I guess, have him in your team ready to go for the, for the second game week, or you'll want to put him in and then, almost like what we did with the Aubameyang last season, the KDB Aubameyang thing, maybe put somebody else like Mane in there possibly, and then leave the 0.5 in the bank, like last minute sort of thing, knowing that you'll then want to kind of do a switcheroo. So yeah, Sam's definitely on it. Mo and Bruno. So we will get on sticking Bruno in. 12 million, cheaper than I thought he was going to be. I thought he might be 13 million, like being the highest point scorer in the game. Him being cheaper than Kane, was a shock for me. I'm not going to lie. So yeah, I then would kind of go a bit middle of the park with the rest now. That Fernandez spot might be KDB, just given the fact that Man City if they get Kane, seeing Kane feed in the Euros, like get fed in the Euros, he's doing brilliantly. And with Lukaku, and you can see when he puts that through ball, if they had somebody like Kane on the end of it to score that goal, you wouldn't not want KDB in your team, really, would you? So with that bared in mind, then we'll stick that this. Of course, we didn't have all of the City prices. This is quite interesting. Harrison 6 million. What do we think on him? Gundogan 7.5. Quite like him as a potential cheap option into City. Foden 8 million. Possibly a little bit expensive, but this could be his breakout season, I guess. So yeah, Nuclear, Havertz and Pepe. I don't know if I really love. So Chelsea's opening fixtures are Crystal Palace, Arsenal. I mean, they could be good, couldn't they? I mean, they look bad on paper, but they could be great. So actually, Havertz could be a shout. Nuclear. I mean, why not? Let's have a look. I actually haven't seen the full list of Chelsea prices. I wanted to see how much he was going to be. 8.5. Possibly a tad bit pricey. But no, actually, that's probably worth it for him. But I mean, tad bit pricey for me, possibly. Depending on. I mean, yeah. I mean, we don't have an awful lot of cash left now. What I've noticed about this is that we've got an awful lot of mid-priced players now, and then like a very select bunch of, I guess, premium players that FPL Towers will know we will all want in our teams, and it's like quite a lot more pricey. So with that, it's kind of like, oh yeah, maybe just it's going to be tough, because having lots of mid-price players is going to be like tough to kind of fit them all in, like in this jigsaw puzzle, basically. But yeah, so Havertz might be a little bit expensive. Leeds are going to sign Harrison Prem, I think Sam says. That's interesting. Rafinha, yeah, he would be my next possible pick in midfield. Obviously, Dallas moving to midfield, being 5.5. Yeah, I mean, he's still a good option. He's that little bit cheaper. I wonder if anyone will pay it. But like, as you can see already, just by doing that and going 2 premium defenders and 3 cheap defenders, 2 kind of, I guess, mixed middle price goalkeepers, going with Havertz, De Bruyne and Salah, even with a kind of cheap forward line, it's not leaving me massive. Now, the one player I really want to start with, hi Varun, is Ivan Toney. So I'm not mad keen, as I've said in the last couple of streams, on like going all in on promoted teams at the start of the season. But yeah, I do like the idea of having Toney based on him, you know, just absolutely smashing the stats against somebody like Bamford. So I'm hoping he can kind of be this season's Bamford. So that's what I'm thinking of there. And with him being 6.5, that is a, you know, that's a nice price. Lingard versus Antonio for the 0.5 difference. Who's your pick? I mean, Lingard's got to stay at West Ham, right? They have to sign him. I mean, come on, surely. Just based on whether Benrahma keeps on playing, because that did seem to kind of affect Lingard's output towards the end of last season, I would probably go with Antonio out of those 2. Tony's picture's not as good. He's playing really decent. Isn't that good? He's playing really decent defenses. I mean, I don't. Well, maybe it's just my bias being an Arsenal fan, but I could see him getting something against Arsenal. In fact, I said last night I could see him getting a brace against Arsenal. Like I seriously could. So yeah, and Crystal Palace, it just depends on which Crystal Palace defense turns up. Like, yeah, defensively with their newbies. So, hey, FPL Wildcats. Hey, so if you guys don't know, I do a panel show with the FPL Wildcats. We have some great names on it. We have J&O from FPL Today. We have Ray Karashi. We have FPL TV pops in, and we have Kurtioi, and we have loads of guests. So yeah, check out the FPL Wildcats. Just stick it into YouTube. In fact, if they're about, stick a link in the chat, and we'll probably be going live soon enough, I would have thought, to talk about all of this. So yeah. Is West Ham a no-go considering in Europe and he's made of glass? Yeah, that's Antonio. Sam is saying swap. Oh, Ollie. I completely forgot about Ollie Watkins. In fact, I would take out Calvert possibly and put in Ollie Watkins because I love Aston Villa's fixtures and I'm a big fan of Watkins. So that would help a little bit. And I'd probably take out Havertz, not gonna lie, and probably go somebody a little bit cheaper. In the kind of around that 7 million mark, just because I think there's so many great kind of midfield options around that kind of 6-7 million mark. So let me look, see here. Got Rafinha already, 6 and 7 million. Westwood, y'all. Ooh, hello. What about, yeah, I was just thinking that Greenwood or Jota would probably slot quite nicely in there. And then, yeah, we can just get a nice old 4.5 midfielder and fill a gap. Basuma maybe with Brighton's great fixtures. El Neni, not so much. So yeah, that's a potential option. Sarr on pens for Watford. Yeah, so that kind of third, fourth midfielder spot, I think, is probably when I do my first draft video, which I'll do in the next few days for you guys, is yeah, it's probably going to be the ones open for discussion. So whether to go like Sarr or Greenwood or Jota or Rafinha or like that, that's probably like will be up, like open to some discussion. Obviously going for a 4 mil second goalkeeper is also open for discussion, and just playing Sanchez as a set and forget. Obviously, if that 4 mil doesn't play for a while, you are at risk of losing some cash on them, though. And yeah, obviously, I will need to think on the striker options, because obviously, if Kane does go to City, that will leave us with a big headache. In fact, I discussed the other day that I wasn't really sure why everyone was so against Kane at keeping Kane in our teams with him staying at Spurs, because if he stays at Spurs, he clearly wants to stay at Spurs. Like, he wouldn't stay if he doesn't want to stay. I don't think he's a player that's just going to stay for money. So I if he stays at Spurs, I think he'll put his whole like heart and soul into playing, at Spurs. And if that's the case, Golden Boot winner, playmaking winner, I mean, he's still really hard to look past if he stays there. Even harder to look past if he goes to City, and then this forward line will look a whole lot different, obviously. Varun says Norwich have a 4 mil defender. Which one's that, Varun? Let's have a look. Norwich, where are ya? Let's be having ya. There you are. Okay, cool. Is that Biomid? That I'm saying that? See, this is the only problem with the whole new season, is trying to figure out how to say all the players' names now, isn't it? Really, it's like who, how, like, yeah, how do we say this person's name? So yeah, the only 4 mil I can see at Norwich is this guy's name, who I will clearly, absolutely throttle if I try and pronounce. Bidell. Bidell. um, so yeah, he could be a potential option to free up some cash. Obviously, guys, don't get too wrapped up in this. This is like a really initial like look at the game and just kind of figuring some stuff out. Obviously, we have a couple of replacements that are worth noting. Aubameyang has gone back to a forward for Arsenal, but probably a tad bit too expensive at 10 million. But if he starts getting played up top, then he needs a nickname, does he? Yeah, that's a good point. Omi. There we go. Sorted. Omi nom nom. Yes, I am the nickname queen, so yeah, Omi nom nom possibly could be the one to stick with on that one. And yeah, so if Aubameyang does have the season that he had the season before last, then a 10 million forward, he could be a potential option. Obviously, we had Dallas move to a midfielder. I think his points were around the 130 mark if you take off his defensive points. So actually, that's not bad. It was like around a Mount and Zaha, stuff like that. I think for points last season is still pretty decent for a 5.5 midfielder. Saint Maximum of Newcastle has become a forward. Interesting, that one. I'm not really sure. Almost felt like we need to make some more position changes. Who can we make? Yeah, another forward or a midfielder or a defender. So yeah, Saint Maximin 6.5. Obviously, we can't go without mentioning Wilson as a potential option. He can be a bit trolley, as we all know. But Newcastle have West Ham, Aston Villa, Southampton. Oh my gosh, just realised I would probably want Soufal in my defence. Oh, but he's 5 million now, isn't he, this season? So yeah, that might Bruno, I might have to look at your Omi Nom Nom as a 4 mil and then move, say, a Lamperty up to Soufal. But I'll have a look at that in my first draft video, definitely. And then we had Havertz mid. So Bruin says can also go 3-5-2 with Grealish. Yeah. Did we have any really cheap forward options? Has anyone noticed any really great? No. Obafemi. Davis again. Doodoo. No, I mean there's nothing really that sticks out there, is there? What about the 5 million? Wow. Yeah. I think this is how they've tried to make it harder for us, is they've kind of put a lot between that kind of 6 mil bracket and that 8 million bracket, and so we're kind of having to look within it. Sam says switch Bashman to Foster, 4 million, Lamptey to Sumo. Yeah, could go with Foster as a potential second option. I mean, Southampton defence based on last season's form, Nim. Really not sure. No, we can't do that. He's 4.5 this season. I'm gone to Forster, haven't I, rather than Foster? Just Foster and rather be easier. There we go. Well done, Sam. Yeah, and then Lamptey or Fofana could go up to Soufal, which actually any of the West Ham defenders, when they have their moments, are decent options with that 5 million Dawson even with his headers every now and again, although most people are going to remember that red card, aren't they, towards the end of the season. So yes, just to say quickly, if you are new to the channel, please do like and subscribe. I do a lot of FPL content. If you do that now on stream, something should pop up, hopefully graphics wise. But yeah, I should have a lot of pre-season content between now and the beginning of the season to come, so lots of tips and stuff like that, so hopefully you'll enjoy that. I'm even doing a video that will be featuring a lot of FPL community managers that did very well last season with some information. That's all I'm going to say, and I'm going to keep it tight-lipped when I can it, because yeah, been working on that one for a while. It's on the down low, that one. A little sneaky peek of information for you there, a little kind of tidbit of make sure you're notified with this channel, because that's going to be helpful to quite a lot of you. I would have thought everyone, to be honest, it's going to be helpful to me based on just based on my seasons, the last few seasons. I'm always happy to take on a bit more advice, definitely, to push it to the next level. Oh, thanks, Broom. I don't know, do the guys have guests? Maybe. I mean, Mark's been on this show a few times, and Az also, so I think they'll probably feature again on this show. And I've got a series coming up, a weekly series coming up as well. Oh, thanks, Neil, for the sub. There you go. Graphics working. Hopefully you can hear the sound for that sub today. Please let me know if you did, because the other day I got a super chat and I was full on giving it the dance for the super chat. Thanks, Lewis. And I was like giving it full on, like beans and toast, giving it a good dance. And I got off the chat and somebody messaged me saying we couldn't hear any music for your super chat. So I was literally just dancing away to no sound whatsoever. Like nothing at all. It was just me, like silence. So hopefully you guys heard the sound for those subs. I appreciate that. But doing a weekly series with quite a highly rated, that's what I'm gonna say, highly rated FPL manager every week this season as well. That will be coming to this channel, and there'll be some really good helpful tips from him and myself. So yeah, just putting that out there as well. I'm telling you guys all my business. But yeah, so this is like a really quick, like, just throw together team. I have heard we can create cups this season. Somebody told me I can create a cup. Yeah, league and cups. So I don't know what the difference between a league and a cup is, or how I create one. Create and join new leagues and cups. Join a league cup. Create a league and cup. Create in a league with classic scoring teams are ranked based on their total points in the game. You can join or leave a league with classic scoring at any point during the season. No sound. Oh, right. I'm gonna have to work on that one. That sort of thing where I'm like, yeah, I'll have a little play with that and see if I can sort out the sound for next stream, definitely, because should be getting it, I would have thought. I can hear it, so I'll work on that for the next stream, definitely. But yeah, apparently oh, it's a knockout thing. That'd be cool. So I might set up a cup if you guys are interested. That could be a lot of fun. Something to have a little play with before the start of the season, and I'll either tweet it out or let you guys know in my next stream or video what the cup details are. Oh, I didn't save that team, did I? So yeah, it's gone. We're going back. We're going back. Gone back to my autofill team. But yes, I will do myself a first draft video, get out to you guys in the next few days. And so I will look back on this, and it'll be really interesting, I think, to do that because, oh, thank you, another sub. I'm not going to attempt to butcher your names, so I'm just going to say thanks, Kay. Hope that's all right. But yeah, 3-4-3. Sam says for me, Varun. And Varun is saying 3-5-2 or 3-4-3 as a potential, formation. In fact, before I go, let's oh, Davey, I did have Salah in here. It just, when I went to look at the cups, I didn't save the team. Rookie error. So make sure you don't do that during the season. Rookie error. I didn't save the team, and yeah, so it's come back to my autofill. Jazz. Welcome, buddy. How are you? Hope you're good. Where was I going to do? Oh, my kit mustn't go for designing my kit. Let's do it. I always go with kind of like light blues, purples, and yeah, that's my kind of vibe. So let's get to purples. Light and girly. I quite like the white. I like the white sleeves, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Maybe a kind of bluey greeny bottoms. Oh no, probably more blue. Yeah. And then socks, stripes, obviously, and we want to have it the same color, ideally, as the shirt color. We'll copy and paste that. Copy. Paste. Hi, Ivy. Where is the Pepe party? Yeah, I need to sort that, don't I? Ooh, the short's looking a bit bright now in comparison. I have to turn them down a bit. That's a bit better. There we go. We could stick Pepe in. Transfers. I have to go back and see what I did because I've forgotten half of it now. But yeah, you could stick. He's a decent price, although I don't know about our fixtures. We're not really kind of at the top of the fixture list. I mean, it's that Chelsea Man City that worries me about going straight in on Pepe, if I'm honest, guys. Brentford could go either way for us. I'm hoping it's a win, hoping, but I could actually see Brentford winning that with Ivan Toney, to be honest. Chelsea, Man City is going to be tough. Norwich, don't know what they're going to be like when they come back up into the Premier League yet, so could go either way. But they were a sticky team for us when they were here last. Burnley, depends on whether they're back to their defensive best with a fit Pope in goal. Tottenham, that could be worth a shout, possibly. Wow. Matt, hey, can you check DMs? Get a minute. Done 19 drafts. Wow, Matt. Really? How many? It's a lot of drafts, buddy. You'll be knackered. Which one? Oh, is this Instagram or Twitter? Where am I looking? Let me know. Yes, Jez had Mason in the quick little look at that I did. Try and kind of get it back to how we had it quickly so you can see what I had. But I am going to do a first draft video, guys, so don't get too wrapped up in this as a kind of this is what I'm definitely going with, because I haven't, like, obviously there's still loads that could change, but I do want to do like a very quick, like, first draft video as well for you. So this is where we go. Does Nim remember what she needs to remember? And my brain goes, no, no, I don't remember any of this. Liverpool, that's not Liverpool. Actually, while we're at Leicester, we can stick Fofana in, and we can stick. Don't mind Cavani as a shout, as a potential shout as well. We went with Everton. You guys all at work or like days off, or and let me know what you guys got as well. I was gonna put Kevin there, but I didn't have him in the end. In your ID, were you kind of hot on it, or did you hear through the grapevine? How did you do with your IDs? I got in the 600s, I think, so it wasn't too bad. I think yeah, Sam doesn't go, why didn't I that? Who else did we have? We had Sufal. And then we had Lamptey with the doubler, I think. So. I think that's what we had. That's what we had. And then we had Oh, thank you, Jupiter. Appreciate that. I'm still not sure why you guys are not hearing the sound, which is annoying me. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so like annoys me that you can't hear the sound for that. But I will have it sorted by next stream. Where was I going? Brentford to get Ivan Toney. And then it was Aston Villa. Oops, that's not Aston Villa. Watkins. I mean, this is a very quick draft. A G3D, thank you very much for the sub. Then we were midfield, weren't we? So we had Salah. So don't worry, Davey. I had Salah. But obviously that will depend on the Olympics, and whether he's at the Olympics, it may have to be a Mane or somebody else from a different team if he's going to miss the first few matches. And then we had KDB in because he's looking great at the Euros, but obviously that could be dependent on how far he goes into the Euros as well, whether he'll miss the start of the season. All these variables. And also if he gets Kane, if City get Kane, he could be a great option, as I was saying. And then because we didn't have Bruno, which is very, very scary to me, going without Mr. Fernandez in our teams, I had put in Greenwood, and then we had Leeds. We had Rafinha in, good old Raf, because he was good to me last season. And then we just had an old cheapie, one we can rely on in the 4.5 midfielder category. We just stuck Basuma in. Yeah, Nuclear. I tipped Jota to be one of the top scoring players of the season because he trolled me so much last season. But I was like, you know what? I think if he can get like full-on game time, and he can be in that triangle for Liverpool playing week in, week out, he could be a great option. So as I said, this is just like really quick, check together team. I will do a first draft. It'll be fairly similar to this, but I may like have a switch around on a couple of the players, obviously. AB, Emile Smith Rowe shout at 5.5 million. Yeah, the Emile Smith Rowe and Saka are both great options at their prices. It's just those fixtures I'm really unsure about. Napoleon, welcome. Hi, Nympria, just came back from work and learned FPL has launched. So you got back from work and you're like, game's open. Whoop, whoop. But probably meant your ID was a bit kind of nah. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? Different time zones and things, I'm assuming it kind of makes it harder for some people. Jez says Adam Armstrong will be a good golden boy striker this season. Yeah, quite possibly. And obviously we've got JWP in this 6 million mark as well. 6.5 I think he is this season. Of course, he always kind of gets them like crosses and free kicks, and yeah, so 6.5 could be a potential option. Like I said, there's just so many. Oh, McTavius, thank you. Super chat time. Thank you. Where's the love for Benteke from the Nim fam? Yeah, so when you join the channel, you join the Nim fam, the Nim family. So hashtag Nim fam on Twitter. Anytime you kind of want to chat to us all. And Benteke, where is the love? I don't know. Where is the love? Probably somewhere down the street, round the corner, on the next street, in the next village, along with his fixtures. I mean, if he'd had better starting fixtures, Palace, Chelsea, Brentford, yeah, maybe West Ham, Tottenham, Liverpool. I mean, but if he carries the form on from the end of last season, could be a potential option. How much is he actually cost? Oh, how much he cost? 6.5. Yeah, so take Tony out, stick Benteke in. Sorted, lads. Sorted. So yeah, that's a very, very quick initial draft and a very, very quick live stream, or not very quick, but a quick live stream for you guys just for the opening launch of the game. Be very interesting to see how different this is from my first draft video, which I'll do in the next couple of days for you guys, and then how different it will be towards the end of the season. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Nim fam. It'd be very interesting to see then when we get nearer to the season, what my kind of updated draft will look like. So, Jess, we can call ourselves the Nymphomaniacs. I love that. Love that. So yeah, I'm gonna head on off and get on with that video, I guess, for you guys, and I will see you all very, very soon. Thanks for joining me. I hope that you have enjoyed the stream. Really appreciate the fact that you guys have stuck with me this last week, through my prediction videos, and then the last 2 nights with the very late live streams for the price reveals. So if you want to kind of see what happened in those, you can go and check them out in the replays. And yeah, thanks all for joining. Really, really appreciate it. Until next time, Nymphria out.